to the Barbershop Conversation here at Elite Styles and Barber Lounge in the beautiful city of DeBerry, Florida. Well, it's another marvelous Monday, and for those of you that know how we start our show, I'm pretty sure you get your popcorn ready and all that and rushing back to the TV because I know you want to hear what my main man, my brother, my father figure, our community leader, Mr. Kenneth KB Bentley, the fashion connoisseur himself, is going to bring it to y'all from across 110. Listen up, listen carefully, and maybe he'll turn you out.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
son.
Mr. B.
Thank you, son.
Yes, sir.
Son, I was looking at Game 7 yesterday. They had the Boston Celtics playing the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
And it was in the historic Boston Garden.
Uh-huh.
And when the guy was calling the player's name, he said Smart, he said Hartford, he said Tatum. But they don't do it like you.
They don't do it like that.
Say Hartford. Tell community how they should hear the name Hartford when you introduce them to play.
Heart? Yeah. You gotta go look.
Yeah. Could you go to the Boston Garden?
I can go to the Boston Garden.
You know they're having the Eastern Conference Championship there against the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Because we don't need that dry guy.
You don't need that dry. Yeah.
Hartford, Tatum,
Yeah.
Smart. We don't need him.
Yeah.
We need you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. That's what we need, Boston Garden. We need game in Boston Garden. And thank you for the way you introduced me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I feel like old celebrity.
Yeah, I'll be ready to get it over with so you can turn me out some more.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you out.
Yeah.
Now this week, you know it's still spring.
Yeah.
So I had to play with the light colors.
Yeah.
Now, the Gators this week, that's not, what color is that, top student?
I call them Snow White.
You real close.
Real close.
Eggshell white.
Eggshell white. Okay.
Eggshell white.
Okay.
Yeah, eggshell white.
Okay.
And then you see the slacks. These slacks are what we call Super 150.
Super 150.
That's the wool count.
Okay.
The higher the thread count, the better the pants is. And the more they breathe. So if you got Super 150s or Super 170s or Super 200s, you got a good pair of slacks.
Okay.
But you got to get the 2-inch cuff down. And you see this color?
Yeah.
Now this is not eggshell white. What is it, top student?
Dapper white.
Close.
Close.
Refrigerator white.
Refrigerator white. Okay.
You remember when you was a little boy and your mama got a new refrigerator and you got a bad car?
Yeah.
They had that old white refrigerator.
Yeah.
These refrigerator white.
Okay.
Refrigerator white.
Okay.
But then you got to go with the Bentley collection with the socks. You see the socks?
Yeah.
See, we got a little tropical breeze going on. We got a little lime, a little lemon, a little white. You know what these socks will go with?
Where they go with?
The Sprite commercial. You ever seen the Sprite commercial?
Yeah.
The soft drink Sprite?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they Sprite. In the Bentley collection though.
Yeah.
Even though they're Sprite,
Yeah.
they're in the Bentley collection. Then you put your leg down. And you remind everybody of the 2-inch cuff.
Yeah.
Rob Lee Hampton, Charles Gibson, Ernest Field, Ernest Anderson, AJ, Dino, Booger Bear,
Bo keyboard.
Yeah. Also, we got to go to Jimmy Hamp now. There's some sporty boys out there too now.
Oh yeah.
Stokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go out there and pick them up too.
You got Mr. Stokes still think you can live on the block?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better known as Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Yeah, Bobcat. We got to pick up Bobcat too.
Say the baddest man came through Cruise now.
Yeah, he was one of
And
them.
he was dressed too, you know.
Yeah. We have to slide over and let him in. Yeah. Also, with the sport coat. We don't call it a jacket. Sport coat. Give me the coat.
I'm gonna let our guests pick that color. Boy, look at that.
The coat?
Yeah, not the coat, man. You ain't country, the jacket. The jacket.
I'll say pea green.
Boy, you right on it. Tell TV man again what color it is.
Pea green.
Pea green.
Yeah.
He done been in a pool room before. That's what it is, pea green. Yeah, pea green with a money green tie.
Yeah.
Money green.
Money green.
And pea green.
Ooh, pocket master.
Yeah, now let me get sporty and open it up. You see the shirt?
Ooh, my Lord.
You see the shirt?
Yes, sir.
Tell them the color, stop, student.
Pea green.
There you go.
Money green.
Money green.
Man, it's some what, yellow in there?
You better believe
A
it.
little yellow in there, a little blue in there.
Yeah.
She dotted up.
We getting ready for the spring.
Yeah, getting ready for the spring.
Button it back up.
Yeah.
Now you notice I'm not the nimble man tonight. I don't have my vest on.
Right.
So I'm not the nimble man tonight. No. And this is the pocket master. Okay. Goes along with the tie.
Yeah.
Which is money green.
Yeah.
Now you know once we get in the cab, we go to Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
And we tell the cab driver just keep the meter running because we have to go inside and get our what?
John got it, boom nil.
John got it, boom nil.
Yeah.
Get one every morning.
Every morning.
They waiting on you.
Every morning.
Yeah. The outfit is not complete until you get the boot nil.
That's it.
Then we walk back outside, get in the yellow cab, and we head uptown.
Flame keepers, here we come.
Where we going?
Flame keepers.
To get a what?
Oh, brim.
What kind of brim?
There ain't no stingy brim there. That's a... what you call that one?
It's not stingy, it's not wide. It's just a medium.
A medium brim.
Medium brim, and you know you can flip it too.
Okay.
When you flip it, what colors do you see tops doing?
Well, I see pea green for sure.
What?
I see that pea green up there for sure.
So you saying they made this when they made this?
Yeah, they had to make both at the same time.
Same time?
Yeah, cause Bentley collection.
Yeah, Bentley collection.
Yeah.
Now that's just tonight's outfit. Remember, it's the spring of the year, so we're gonna do some colors for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so you kind of put them in your hat.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to look forward to.
That's what you got to look forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now remember, across 110th Street, when you go, son, just tell them you with Mr. Bentley. You gonna get something this time.
Okay.
I made preparations.
This time.
Yeah, you gonna get turned out.
My plane ticket was $500, and I came back without nothing.
Give them one more shot.
One more shot. Okay.
Second chance.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, we telling our people how to dress.
Yeah.
And they want to go across 110 and come back with Bentley collection.
Well, ain't for everybody now. Let's stop that tonight.
But we got to release something. You got to release something.
Okay, I'll release something.
Okay.
Like the new Jordans, you got to release some of them.
You got to release some of them.
Okay, I got you now. Just like the new Jordans. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you, host.
Well, that's it. And we got our lesson today on some pea green. We got our main man that named it out, pea green. And eggshell white and refrigerator white. Baby, remind me of Refrigerator Perry from back in the day, played football.
Chicago Bear.
Chicago Bear, big boy.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our main man, our mentor, our brother who brings it to us each and every week, Mr. Kenneth KB Bentley. And I know y'all wait each and every week for the beginning of the show and the end of the show because he started off nice and he ended well with our Black in the Day and our Black in the Spotlight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got Pastor Cuba Malone. He's out again. He will be back here real soon. He's in West Palm Beach taking care of you, opening up another youth offender camp, unfortunately, but they are needed, and that's what he's got going. And our main man, Urban O.G. Simpson, he'll be here on time sometime today. But other than that, I'm here. I'm your host, Davion D. Hampton. Bring it to you each and every week. We talk about local events. We talk about local news. We talk about national news. We talk about anything that is going on. And like Urban always say, we bring the people on that are called duty experts and what it is that they do. We don't like to guess at it. We like to do the experts and tell us just how it is. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special guest tonight.
Wait a minute. Put a hammer on your title.
I am the most prominent host in the United States of America.
All right.
As Mr. B like to say, I received it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, tonight we got a very special guest on tonight that I've been watching from afar for a very, very long time here in the city of Sanford, from a young man to what we at now, and he's bringing Sanford uptown. You know, he's bringing Sanford up to a level of how the bigger cities are doing it, and we're glad to have somebody like that in the city. And I'm going to just introduce him as Mr. Calico, but I'm going to let Mr. Calico take the mic himself and tell y'all what it is.
Man, listen, first of all, man, I appreciate y'all having me on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And me bringing Sanford anywhere, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying, you know what I mean? But yeah, like you say, my name is Calico the Surrealist, you know what I mean? Y'all follow me, Calico the THA Surrealist, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, you know, just trying to put on for my city, man, you know what I mean? Like, talent shows, you know, I got an entertainment team that I run with. We do all kinds of shows, comedy shows, we've done burlesque shows, drag shows, I got a radio show out in Winter Park, you know what I'm saying, on 91.5 FM. Man, we just working right now, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, just appreciate y'all having me on the platform.
Did you say radio show?
Yeah, man, we got an FM radio show out at Rollins College. It's called Surreal Talk Radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you from Sanford?
I'm from Ohio, but I've been here forever. I moved to Sanford in '92.
In 1992.
Yeah.
And I remember when we was younger, you was a rapper.
Oh yeah.
You still rapping?
Still try to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't try to have me spit, man. You know.
Nah, I ain't gonna have you spit.
Don't spit on the refrigerator white.
So for the most part, I've noticed the things that you're doing with the talent shows and everything that you're doing. Not only that you're doing talent shows, but these talent shows you're giving back like top prizes. Yeah. What are these prizes that you're giving away?
Man, let's see. Well, actually, it's a winner-take-all situation. So what we do is we feature 10 acts. You give everybody 5 minutes to do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And whoever the crowd feeling the most, we got a judge panel, and we go off the crowd. Whoever, at the end of our judging process, whoever got the highest score, they win $500 cash right there on the spot. They qualify for our $1,000 show. We bring back all the winners throughout the year back in December. For $1,000, they get a radio interview on our show, photography. They can sell their merchandise out there. Man, I know it's probably some other things I'm missing, but it's a big package thing we got going on. What's up, brother?
What's up, sir? How you?
I'm good.
Simpson.
Nice to meet you. All right.
Old lime pudding pop over there, boy. Looking like old lime pudding pop, boy. You make me want to daggone wipe my mouth, boy.
No, that's pea green, baby. That's pea green.
Oh, he didn't get
Pool room people.
I thought he done swear. I thought they were gonna be on Pete on. Pete. Y'all better fix it. Yeah. I ain't on my medicine today.
Okay. So Herb, we got Mr. Calico here, Surrealist. He's a Sanford by heart, and he brings talent to the town.
Okay.
And that's what we just started talking about, getting into. And he holds a talent show. This is his third season that's coming up, and he do take sponsors and all that, but I'm going to let you get into all of that good stuff. Okay. But what I'm trying to find out is, for the talent, how do you find the talent, and how do the talent find you, and what it takes to sign up?
I scout. I'm constantly scouting. Okay. I'm a talent scout. You know what I mean? That's what I do. And I just recently, hired Miss August Hillary as a talent scout as well. So I got me some hands out there now. We go to open mics, anybody that's out there, performing. We looking for, and people, they see us on social media. They hit us up. You know what I mean? And basically, we just the first come, first serve. You know what I mean? Whoever the first 10 to sign up, we run with that. You know what I mean? And they no auditioning or nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So is it something like American Got Talent? You can be a juggler. You can be.
Yeah. It's a variation show. Yeah, you can. We've had just about any kind of act you could think of. We had rappers, singers, dancers, magicians. We had a lady come out there with some dogs doing flips and stuff. Mentalists. I don't even know what that is, but they like read your mind and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, we've had all kind of stuff. This lady, ventriloquist, a lady with her hand up her puppet and stuff, we've had everything you think of, yeah.
Okay. So how do we sign up for the show?
Okay, basically we just have a registration fee. We have a waiver and everything like that. You have to sign up or whatever, but basically you just hit us up. There's a registration fee, $40 for single acts, $60 for group acts. The group acts can only be a maximum of 5 per group. We used to have dance teams that come out there, they were like 30 deep, so we had to do something about that. But you got single acts and group acts.
Okay. And most importantly, as a spectator, mm-hmm. How can I spectate? Because I like talent shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how can I become a spectator?
Listen, man. You can go on Eventbrite right now and get your tickets. You can show up at the Women's Club Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to see you out there Thursday night. All you got to do is pull up at the door. We got tickets still on sale. They're $15 for adults and $10 for kids.
Okay. At the Women's Club in Sanford?
Yes, sir.
What street is that? Not Pelham. That's
Oak
Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How often y'all do this talent, y'all shows?
How often?
Yeah.
Every third Thursday. We're starting up this season this Thursday. This is our third season, and we do every third Thursday.
How the support has been? I mean, y'all get good showing. A lot of people come out and support.
Yeah, it fluctuates. We usually do have a good crowd, about 60 to 100 on a normal basis. But it does fluctuate depending on the talent, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like they bring in, you know, their supporters and stuff. So.
Gotcha. Nice.
But I heard him say he gave away $500 to the top prize.
Yeah.
Right, from the top prize. Can you tell us how are you coming up with these funds to pay the top prize, or is it like?
Oh man, you trying to give away my
No, I mean like what shall I say? Is it like sponsors, or is it door money, or you know? Well, because what I'm trying to do is, you know, our spectators need to know it. Hey, we looking for sponsors. We looking for. Right. So basically, that's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah. No, that's a good question, man. That's definitely a good question. When we first started out, basically the first 2 seasons, we had no sponsors. We was basically, you know, funding this on our own. And you know, sporadically we had a few sponsors. Shout out to Mr. Rod Joseph. He sponsored us one good time. Miss Rachel Plakin, Chan Robinson. You know, we had a couple people sponsor us throughout last season. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of started picking up then. This season we got sponsors. And if anybody wants to sponsor us, you know, so we got sponsorship packages. All you gotta do, hit us up if you're interested. And we got some really good packages for any business. It's definitely good to show your support, you know what I'm saying, in the community. Because everything we're doing is grassroots, it's homegrown, you know what I mean? Like, we're not like a non-profit organization or nothing like that. So everything we're doing is off the strength of just people who are truly just wanting to do for the city, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen anybody come there in the talent show and go on to do bigger things?
Excellent question, man. Yes, of course. We had a guy. If you guys watch American Idol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in American Idol, just I think last month, there was a guy on there named Cameron. And I think he went by, his stage name was Cam Amon on the show. He was the only one that I know of they only give away 2 platinum tickets on the show. And he was one of them. He performed for us. He won $500 from us one time. And he came back for the finals. He didn't win that. But yeah, he performed on Showtime in Sanford, and he made it all the way to American Idol. He made it like 2 or 3 rounds in that before he got eliminated. But he had the platinum ticket. He's going to also be on Surreal Talk Radio at the end of this month.
Gotcha.
Wait. I think I just heard what you just said. You said he was in the finals. So you hold a finale as well. Yeah. So the top winners come back and they compete.
Right. Dude, all the $500 winners, they come back in December for $1,000. For that $1,000 show, they all compete against each other. That's the craziest shit.
And that's the end of the season finale.
Yeah.
And then that starts the next season.
Yeah.
Man, that's good, man. We got that right here in Sanford.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah.
In Sanford. I think it has not been talked about enough. I mean, I hear of it, I see it, but this is something that we need to be packing out. This is something that I think the women's center need to be. It's too small to even hold something like this.
We hoping that it, you know, we outgrow it.
Let me ask you. What is the biggest category where you get the most talent or the most competition? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it, you know, the individual people that come there and you're like, whoa, okay, I want to get in. You know, what's the biggest competition?
Man, you must have did talent shows or something like that. You own it, man. Yeah. You know what? The biggest category has to be the dance competition, the dance groups, man.
Gotcha.
Like those majorette dance teams, those little girls, man. They be coming out. They come in to compete.
Right.
Like that's the difference between like a singer that's doing karaoke or a rapper. Like they just coming out there to perform. Now these little girls, when they come out, they come in to compete. They serious about it, you know what I mean? So dance groups.
Is it an age bracket that people need to be in to compete?
No.
Because if I can sing, but I want $500, I don't want to sing after I just seen 5 little 10-year-olds do the pop and lock and killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you balance?
There's no age. There's no age restrictions. There's no talent level restriction. We don't screen them. You know, like some people say, "Oh man, I'm professional. You know, like, I mean, listen, you could be professional, come out there and lose.
You number 8.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You number 1 through 10.
And the thing is, we do everything random, so it ain't like, you know what when you going next, we pull everybody, you know, we pull numbers out of the hat or names out of the hat, so you can come and, you know, you can be professional, you go first. You know what I'm saying? Or you go last, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to know. But yeah, we don't do no age restrictions. We don't do no talent level. You know what I mean? Like if you're an amateur, you're a professional, whatever. We don't do no background check. You sign up, you come out there, and it's fair game. You know what I mean? Everything is just, you know, it's just random.
You win, you lose, you lose.
You win, you win.
So your next talent show, you say every third Thursday, and it run how many weeks for each season?
We go from May to December. So we do 8 shows a year. As far as Showtime in Sanford, I think last year we did 9 because Rod, when he sponsored it, it was a what was that? I think it was his
campaign.
His campaign party, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to have the campaign party there or whatever. So he wanted us to do a special Showtime in Sanford, which we did.
Yeah, you ran 9 shows.
Yeah, we did 9 shows. Yeah.
Okay, so we can look forward to having.
Oh, let me say this about that. I don't want to cut you off, but that special show we brought the heavy hitters from Sanford. We had the Arkisha, the Yoshi.
You got a heavyweight.
I'm sorry, anybody you can think of, the serious on that stage. Eric Green, man, everybody, man. We brought them all on there for that. And Stephon Williams ended up winning. I think he's from Midway. He ended up winning that show right there. Yeah.
He's a singer too?
Yeah, he's a singer. He's an awesome singer too, yeah.
Okay.
For the longest, they was trying to get him to go against Cameron, the dude who was on American Idol. That was the thing, like to get them, but they never signed up together. But that was like the rival that they wanted to see everybody wanted to see that happen. Yeah.
Okay. So what birthed this? What brought this about?
Well, y'all funny, man. Y'all ask some great questions. I like this show, man. Listen, like you said, man, I used to rap, and I used to do the talent shows at Seminole High with Mr. Richardson, and we used to do the talent shows for notoriety. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to be the best. So I was like, but it was Thanksgiving. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like annual, and I was like, man, you know what? We need to do this like more frequent, you know what I'm saying? And so I figured if we could do it every month, like I figured the city would really, because everybody said, oh, Sanford got so much talent. So I was like, okay, well let's see what we got, you know what I'm saying? And every month we figured that would be something different for the city and that we can all look forward to, on a frequent basis.
Okay.
I'm about to go rattle the bullpen over there in Altamont.
Yeah.
And bring the smoke over here to Sample.
Yeah.
Because y'all think y'all got all the talent. A lot of people don't want to give Altamont talent. And one of the greatest things that came out of Sample area, Altamont helped groom him. Anybody know Gabe Davis played for the Buffalo Bills? See, when we played for Lima, we let him run the touchdown that he ran. That helped his self-esteem. Look at him today. So when we get a chance to let the folks know how some of the greats come out of Sample, we got to bring them out to my smoke.
Yeah.
I'm about to go rap.
So in other words, he's saying like in the NFL, they got a practice squad, and they got the star squad. So Lima was the practice squad that Gabe used to beat up on. Basically, that's what he said.
I'm right here.
I had to break it down.
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
What's up, man?
You don't want to bring in the smoke. He got a car that's run off kerosene.
Hold on.
Don't let him bring the smoke.
Not in front of guests. I've been doing good on my cussing now. I keep one in the barrel now.
But don't bring the smoke.
Hey, but on a serious note, though, Calico, just listening to what you're saying and how you're trying to bring about top shows, top acts in the Sanford area. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to be from Sanford, correct?
No.
To be a part of this. No,
it's funny. Most of our contestants aren't from Sanford, and that's what always puzzled me because I'm like, man, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like you could bring in people from right up the street. Georgetown, Goldsboro. You're right here. But the majority, I think Thursday night, I think only one person is from Sanford. Majority of our contestants is coming from Jacksonville, Wildwood. Wow. Yeah, they're coming from outside Kissimmee. And I never understood that, but I mean, we work on my bar, you know.
Okay.
You know, but we would love to see Sanford show up more, but
man, all this talent we got at Sanford.
Yeah.
$500, $500.
Yeah, but I can see this thing birthing into, like you said, you know, I can see, you know, you making a deal with, say American Got Talent, right? And say, hey, you know, you win at this level, you know, we'll sponsor you to go to America's Got Talent or something, you know, an audition or whatever it may be. I can see something like that birthing from this. You know?
Yeah, you know, one of the things that Cameron said when he made it to American Idol was that our show actually helped him because he wasn't a performer. He just was gifted with singing. Like this boy got it in his throat. Like in his throat, he got something in there. And he was, but we helped him because when he was on Showtime in Sanford, he just stood there. He was just singing like this. It was like, dude, you got to get out and perform. Like people want to see you performing. You know what I'm saying? So. And sure enough, that's kind of what got him eliminated from American Idol. Is he wasn't you know interacting with the crowd and stuff. He was just sitting there,
singing, not performing.
Yeah, so you know he just kind of clammed up, but he did say because the last show that he did the finale, he went out, he was serenading the judges and stuff like that. So he got out of his comfort zone. He was amazing. But he wasn't gonna beat them little girls though. They came out there. They had this Black Lives Matter thing, and it was so moving. It was the Prissy dance team, and they had this Black Lives Matter thing. And it was just so moving.
Yeah. So what is it that you want to see from this? Like
from Showtime.
From Showtime, yeah, right. Showtime itself.
Man, I want to see us outgrow the women's club. I want to see us outgrow the women's club. Ultimately, what I want to do is bring diversity to downtown Sanford. That's what we created this for, is to bring some spice it up downtown. We felt like there was a lot of salt down there. We need to put some pepper in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need, that was really what it was.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Somebody else do it. Altamont do it on the first Thursday. Orlando do it on the second Thursday. You got the third Thursday. Somebody else do it in another city on another. Or just pick three cities or two other cities that can have the same type of talent show.
Yeah.
And in the final of the month, the three winners compete.
That's dope. I like that.
And then they can come and do a grand finale.
Right.
They can do the grand finale at the Rhythm Brews Barbecue.
What?
Huh? You hear me? We got a big stage. We're going to get the Rhythm Brews Barbecue in a minute. But yeah.
I see that.
And that's a stage set up already for an act. For the top acts.
I can see that. I can see that. The cities compete. That's always a rivalry. Yeah, we put some cities against each other. And doing something positive. You know what I mean? Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. Well, for our viewers that just tuning in, we have our main man, Mr. Calico Surrealist, bringing Sanford talent. He does Sanford talent shows every third Thursday of the month. He running for 8 months of the year. It's a $500 top prize, and he's looking for all talent. You can be the best hair comber. You can be the best kickball kicker. The talent is talent. And like he said, you got the people's choice as well as the judge's choice, and it is participation by the crowd, which is, how much is it again for participants?
For adults is $15 and children is children are $5. I'm sorry, it's 15 and 5.
15 and 5.
Yeah.
So it'll cost you $15 at the door, or $5 at the door, or you can go on Eventbrite and sign up there on Eventbrite. Check our page out. We put it up on our Facebook page. So I think it'd be something good to do on a Thursday night, man. I mean, we always say it's boring in Sanford, there's nothing to do, but people doing things all the time. We just gotta dive in and get in it when they're doing it. And I've been seeing it. I'll be the first to say I've never been, but I've been seeing it, and I think I'm gonna be a participant on this Thursday night, just like when I picked up the Sanford Herald today.
Hold on. You gonna be a participant, or you gonna? I'm just trying to get clarity, bro.
Well, I can be a participant as like how Mr. B say. I want to be like, do my little, you get what I'm saying?
We need one of them.
You get what I'm saying? Okay.
All right.
So
make me go.
So I say when
I bring the heat to y'all.
Yeah, when you got a Mother's Day edition going on with the Sanford Herald on the front page, you got Showtime in Sanford opens its 3rd season. So you got the Sanford Herald that's also advertising this and showing
nice, good stuff.
That this thing is something good that's going on in Sanford. And I was reading a little bit of your story about you weren't always the best kid. You know, I was reading it here, you know, in the paper, you know. And talk to us a little bit about that.
You know, I made a post on Facebook about, you know, when I was a jit, and this is the early 90s in Sanford, you know, me and my crew used to go play ball at Southside Park. You know what I'm saying? And one time...
Wait. Southside?
Southside.
You ain't talking about 13th Street, historic Goldsboro Boulevard, and Palmetto, Magnolia right there.
Yeah,
okay.
Southside, yeah. We used to go.
A lot of people know about Southside now.
Man, we used to have some serious tournaments back in Southside, but we was out there and Sanford Herald pulled up on us one time. We hanging on the rims, we were taking pictures. We thinking, you know what I mean, like, we was just, we didn't know what was going on. But they taking pictures of us and stuff. Next thing you know, our parents was like, you know, y'all in the newspaper for vandalism. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, every time I see you tearing up the, whatever that was, a museum or something right there behind the basketball goal, or something, y'all out here tearing up. We wasn't tearing up, we was playing basketball, but that's what they said, you know.
Right.
And, you know, when we was out there, we was wild. We was kids having fun, you know what I'm saying? So we got labeled as vandalizing Sanford back then or whatever. So I was just saying in my post, you know, that I started out being in the paper for doing stuff like that. But now I'm on the paper darn near every month, you know, with Showtime and Sanford. That's another thing too, for the prizes. The winner also gets featured on the Sanford Herald.
Okay, good stuff.
So for exposure, you know. But yeah, you know, I was just saying that went from being young and dumb to, you know, now doing something good for the community.
Okay. Yeah. That's good stuff, Mr. B.
Yeah. I like the part about $500 for 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's how slogan, turn 5 minutes into $500.
Yeah, I like that.
I might have some. I may have a. Don't look at me like that, D. I give you some of this smoke right now, bro.
No, I'm saying you can do your little. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking that earlier. When I look down at the purple side, I was just thinking you could go, huh?
It's a fraternity, it's not a sorority.
I ain't said sorority.
D, first of all, we don't do it. Well, you know I'm fasting on cussing, bro. Come on, man. You know the people watching, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say this without cursing.
Okay.
What is this, bro? What is that, bro? Come on, man. This dude, man. I be doing good till I get over here, boy.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I seen one of them groups do, you know.
It ain't no. It is not Omega Man. It is not Omega doing it. It's not. And if you see somebody permanently go doing it, you call me.
Oh,
the world is going on here.
No, go ahead and say what you're going to say, bro. I'm sorry.
Mr. Ben, let's get the Blues and Brews. I don't want to talk to him no more.
Okay.
I still got this vision in my head, bro. I promise you, I see one of my frat brothers doing it. It's going to be a situation, bro. There's going to be some cussing going on. I'm sorry, where the hell are you getting that from? Well, hell in the Bible, because you said that in church, so hell in the Bible, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but what you about to say, I'm sorry.
Man, I forgot. You made me miss the
Rhythm and blues.
Rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
But that was a good turnout.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a good turnout.
Yeah. I had a person that didn't look like anybody in the barbershop tell me Mr. Bennett had to be 7,000 people down there.
Oh, yeah.
Said they really enjoyed themselves. They felt safe. And the best thing about it, people were spending money. It wasn't just a nosy crowd. People were spending money.
Yeah.
People were buying the goods. People were glad to see each other. And I'm going to tell you another hit. Once they went into the VIP room and saw that artwork and saw somebody that was African-American actually owns an art gallery.
Yeah.
Not the picture man.
Right.
Artwork.
Yeah.
Beautiful artwork.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, Cassandra Williams. Fantastic. She's a hometown hero. She's from Sanford. I went to school with her. And I'm talking about she got some real art.
Oh, yeah.
Real art.
Real art.
And people just were wondering, well, who? Her. No, she don't work for the people. It's her gallery.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we can do anything.
She set up there.
Yeah.
VIP.
Yeah. Fantastic. And she also runs the senior program for the Midway State Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's all around town.
Yeah. So you know, I seen everybody that's in here. I seen y'all all at the Rhythm Brews Barbecue. And I gotta say, man, that was a phenomenal event. A fantastic event. You know, I walked around and I probably spent, you know, $10 to $20 with almost every person there. If I miss you, I miss you. You know, I'm sorry, it wasn't by fault, you know, by default. I went to Jersey Mike's, I went to the ice cream stand, I went to this barbecue, that barbecue, you know, that cake lady, you know, so forth, so on. And I tried to do my best with making sure I spend my money, you know, put my money where my mouth is.
Right.
We talked about it, we hosted it, we tried to talk people in there, and you know, it would have been something for me not to spend no money. But make a long story short, it was some excellent food there. I want to give a shout out to my main man, Elite Styles Barber Lounge, Elite Barbecue, Tony, for stepping up, man. Your first event, I knew it was pretty nervous, but your food turned out fantastic, bro. You did phenomenal. Grandma's Barbecue, he took first place in the Pit Masters. I got to give it to my main man from City Street Student Athletes. Coming down, he did his thing, man, with the youth, man, having those boys right there, showing them how it is and everything. You know, I seen Shay's Cakes, I seen Dominic Ice there doing their thing. Man, it was for real. My cousin Ray Bird, appreciate you for stepping up and just being a backyard barbecue guy that came out and put your stuff down. You know, the list go on and on. The corn, Elks Lodge, 589 box, man, the list go on and on. It was phenomenal. And I know for that $15 wristband, people got full.
Yeah.
People, it was more samples than you can shake a stick at. You just go around and you just sampling up something. And I guarantee you, people got full off samples and you couldn't even eat no more. You know, that's how great it was, you know. And I also seen City Street Student Athlete, Rodney, them, they was giving away food.
Okay.
Towards the end, you know, he was like, you know what? I'm giving back. Here, take it. Here, take it. Take it. He, just take a plate, load it up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that was phenomenal. And inside, you know, you had Eddie D's. You know, they was giving away, you know, the wings to the VIP people and everything. And what it was, the beer, Buddha Beer or something like that, Buddha Brewery or whatever. They you know, they was giving away. Man, it was phenomenal, man. A phenomenal event. And I look forward to seeing it back next year. But what really upset me the most, and they didn't upset me, but what really boggled my mind the most is, I know the person who kind of, you know, who hosted this, right? And I'm pretty sure they went to some locals. But not to see any locals, such as you were saying, be participants in this great event that can get you exposure. It kind of was mind-boggling.
They'll throw a rock at it and talk trash about it, or won't come participate.
Yeah, I ain't trying to knock them. Right? It's just you seen people from all the way from Brooksville, Jacksonville, Alderville, Titusville, Hayville. You know, they was all there. But I didn't see not one local.
And that's strange too, Top Student, because the locals come to MLK and they fuss and fight if we sole source the event out. So we went back to letting everybody be a participant. But that was a fantastic event Saturday, and you telling me it was no locals?
None. I mean, you got the cake people and
No. You went to MLK.
Yeah.
The park was full.
Full.
And they were local people. There was nobody from Brooksville and Jacksonville and Wildwood there. Those were local people.
Right.
So if you're going to support MLK, you also have to support Rhythm and Brews.
Right.
Same concept, family friendly, no foolishness. It's the same concept. So you can support that also. And if you're a business person, you need to support that. Because you said we need to bring things to town, and you highlight this word starts with a D, diversity and inclusion. Well, include yourself.
Yeah.
Include yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Right.
You know what else I like to see, Mr. Billy? You know, at the same time, we got to challenge the news media to come out and promote and film and show it go live.
That's real. Yeah.
One gunfire, and it would have made the news.
I agree.
One fight,
Yep.
it would have made the news.
Right.
Something great as positive as that in the sample community, it made the news.
Super positive.
It made the news. And it wasn't a black event.
Mm-mm.
It was so diverse.
Yeah.
So how not promote that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you have to challenge them, to come out and show, yeah, we can get along. Yeah, we have something in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. It ain't all about violence and everything in Sanford. Because when you say Sanford, like, whoa, no, this was held in Sanford.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was absolutely phenomenal.
It was.
I seen the dogs. People had dogs over here eating ice cream and all that stuff. The dog treat place, had a setup for dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I seen you over by the kids all holding it down with your baby.
My baby was enjoying it.
yeah. And I seen all the blocks and kids knocking over things and the kids doing their thing while people on stage doing their thing, and I see everybody in the just sitting down under the lawn chairs on the tree, just enjoying the music, enjoying the Florida breeze, just enjoying themselves, really enjoying themselves, man. And that was a sight to see. You had Ford Motor Connect over there, people talking about cars, want to do, it was so much to do for everybody, I even got into a conversation with a gentleman that was talking to Ace Hardware people and was like, hey man, what is Ace Hardware? How we even get started? What is the franchise? It was just like this whole big conversation with Ace Hardware, and to where it became a business meeting to where the guy was like, hey, it cost me $1 million to get in. I want in. I'm like, am I in this right here? You know what I'm saying? So it was a networking event that I've seen as well, and I'm looking forward to next year.
You know what really surprised me, and it was great to see them, because people don't realize how much they do in the community. Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels.
They do way more than just deliver meals.
Yeah.
They do way more.
They do way more. They put roofs on houses.
Yeah.
They buy refrigerators. They put insulation in houses. They put weatherized windows in houses. And then they were at a community event.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the proceeds from that event was going back to Meals on Wheels, Pearl Lane Ford.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting about the third one all the time, but
Project Stanford.
Was
it the
Project Stanford or something like that? I think it went back to. And matter of fact, what was it? Project Stanford? Who was selling the corn? I'm sorry.
That was it.
I know Elks and Project Stanford. A picnic project.
Okay.
Picnic project was selling corn. That was some good old corn. I'm telling you. So.
And they do the food drives with Commissioner Wiggins.
Right.
Picnic
project. Yeah. So they was just selling corn and raising money to give back.
To buy some more food for Goldsboro, Georgetown.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That was my first time seeing a manatee up that close too.
Yeah.
I seen some manatees.
Yeah, some manatees in
right
there.
Manatees, yeah.
I was shocked.
So that was a great event downtown Sanford, and kudos to the promoter. My good friend Emory Green, man. A lot of people just don't know, man. That's what he do every day. That was a snippet of what he do on a daily basis of putting together big events like that. And I even remember him talking to some people from the high school and stuff like that of how we want to put on an event like this for Seminole High School to be able to give back to make a practice field or a turf field or whatever it is that they wanted. And and I believe that's what his concept really. He started you're talking about it, but it's more of a 5K walk, run, roll on that type of scale to try to give back and just that's what he birthed. This is what he do, and that was just a small snippet. That wasn't even the magnitude of what it could have been.
Who's this guy again?
Emory Green Jr.
Oh, we do that.
Yeah, that's salute my brother.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people think Emory is into real estate like his family, but Emory really he owned a company called Signature Events and Marketing, and he go around. I ain't gonna say just the state of Florida. He go around the globe,
right?
Even on big cruise ships, Tom Joyner Cruises and all this, and set the stage, set the tone for big events.
Great, that's great.
If anybody ever want to hold a big event, get at them. Signature Events and Marketing. But you gotta come right. It ain't no little. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, because y'all always show favoritism to your Sanford folks. And I got there after the competition happened. Did y'all regulate how much Commissioner Wiggins? He didn't eat his. He didn't. I want to be there. Listen, man. I want to be there to make sure.
I ain't gonna let you talk about my commissioner.
I'm not talking about. I'm asking a question.
I was in VIP.
Okay.
And I actually see Commissioner Wiggins looking at the food like this. You know,
see that? See, that means he had ate too much. He wasn't even supposed to be staring. He put in a little bit of sample like, I missed it.
Yeah, man.
Commissioner, if you watching, I was supposed to be there to make sure you didn't eat more than everybody else. Because you took advantage of last year.
Yeah, all them judges ate, man. All them judges ate good, man. The mayor,
he wasn't supposed to.
The man from Channel 2 News, all the judges, boy, they ate good, man. It was so much sampling to do, they couldn't sample all that food, man. You know, it was just too much, you know. And I want to say thank you to all the vendors that took part and made this event what it is. And I'm pretty sure everybody made some money. I'm pretty sure of that, because like you said, it was not just those people there. People just spending money.
Yeah.
People just spending money. I seen lines stacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, everybody ain't gonna talk about our commissioner, but the rumor has it he ate a half a hog. But I'm not gonna talk about it. They say he ate a half a hog.
I knew what.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
I ain't gonna let y'all talk about myself.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
See, Mr. Miller, I knew it wasn't just me wanting to make sure he ate his share.
Yeah.
No, just not just have a hog, but the whole chicken pen too.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna talk about the mayor Art Woodruff.
Yeah.
But they say 2 pigs are missing. They say 2 pigs are missing. But I would never talk about Commissioner Perry Wiggins and Mayor Art Woodruff.
Hey.
But that's what the streets say.
Hey,
That's what the streets say?
That's what the streets say.
And I'm gonna tell you the funny thing that happened now though. I walk in and you know, I see them, you know, they get the judges all set up, and I think the mayor was here and the commissioner was here or whatever, and I think I heard what I said, no, don't sit by me, cause you know, put one of them little men in between them.
That's true.
Put one of them little guys in between.
And everybody ain't gonna tell you what really happened after you left.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They had to call the police to make them leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought they could still sample all day.
Yeah.
That's the same.
They called the police on them. Yeah.
I had never said between 2 gentlemen. And I forgot the mayor he was one of them hustling meat hustlers too.
Yeah.
I left him out.
Yeah.
I had to eat like that. I had to sample, get samples like this. Hold on, sir. Let me try it. I knew it wasn't just me, Mr. Penn.
No. That's on the street. That's on the street.
Hey, you remember when what his name? Grandma's boy, grandson, talked about he got the food truck and then he got a food trailer that'll feed 5,000, like the Bible says, something like that. He really got a food trailer that'll feed 5,000. Did y'all see that food trailer?
Yeah. I didn't see it Saturday.
My Lord.
Yeah.
He was
I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was getting in.
A building on wheels. I'm talking about 3 food trucks in one. Yeah. It was a house.
His wife was taking orders down here.
Way down here.
Way down here.
It's the length of a semi
down here.
Yeah. And it wasn't just put together. It was well thought put together. It was a nice piece of equipment.
Okay.
And he had grandma on there painted with him, and it was beautiful. And he took first prize in the pit pro. He got those $250. I'm pretty sure those $250 paid off, because his line stayed long all the way to the beginning to the end.
Well, Top Suit, let me ask you this. Were you in this year?
I wasn't in it.
Well, what's this prize behind your head? Somebody was in it. What does that say?
Oh, Rhythm Brews Barbecue, second place pit pro master. That's the owner of this shop.
Elite Style.
Elite Styles.
Okay.
Barber Lounge has opened up his catering business, which is Elite Styles Barbecue.
Okay.
And he took second place in the pit pro.
Okay.
Not just a backyard barbecue. He entered in the pit pro section as his first event, and he took second place.
Okay.
Yeah, he took second place behind
Mamas.
No, he didn't take no. He was in a whole other league.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he took second place behind student athletes, street student athletes, Rodney.
Okay.
Rodney won.
Okay. So this is
street student athletes.
This is an award-winning barbershop.
This is the award-winning barbershop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to, test his proficiency, he know we here every Monday.
Yeah.
We can make sure we'll keep him on track.
Yeah, every Monday. He
you got to smoke something, bring it in here.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we'll keep him on track.
Not only that, he can bring it to the talent show this Thursday. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we ain't got to wait till next. Yeah, we ain't got to wait till next Monday.
So when Mr. B give his announcements at the end, I'm pretty sure he gonna let everybody know this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
at the Women's Center on Oak Avenue. Mm-hmm. We got Sanford Tap. Mm-hmm. Huh? We gonna make that part of our announcement on every third Thursday, all right? For on Monday, we gonna do that. We got you on that. With that being said, man, Mr. B, I know it's getting close, but I just kind of want to, touch on something a little bit.
Okay.
And, I've heard of bills before. Mm-hmm. Light bill, water bill, all that. I heard a $1 bill, $5 bill, all that, but I never heard so many bills being signed from the governor's desk as I have seen in these past couple years.
Nobody has. I'm the oldest in the room. I've never seen it. I've never seen this with any governor. And I go way back to before Governor Bob Graham. It's just an abuse of power. That's what it is, Herb.
Yeah.
We don't dislike anybody,
right?
But it's an abuse of power. Yeah. I got this pen and I'm just showing out. Yeah. Everything is anti. And Herb and I was at the high school today, and Herb was mentioning that. Did you see where it's going to be? If you got a Florida college, you can't talk about diversity and inclusion at Florida college.
Yeah, the new educational bill.
No.
He done hired a team.
A team.
The team is
to
over the check.
That you're not spending money on diversity
and inclusion.
Come on, man. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to say it without cussing.
Yeah.
So it's okay for him to get his people to rally, drive around, pick up immigrants, or I hate even how that even sounds, to pick up people that's not from here and convince them to get on a plane and you will fly them. I don't want you in Florida. Mm-hmm. And you will take the taxpayer dollars and fly them people to Martha's Vineyard and drop them off. Because I don't want them in Florida.
What bottle of water, $10?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to create a bill where I'm going to still make y'all, we got to pay him while he run for governor and try to run for president. That's okay too.
Yeah.
Then I'm going what the taxpayer dollars, I'm going to tell y'all how we're going to spend it. And you're not going to spend it on inclusion.
And diversity.
I told y'all I was over being mad at him. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at all the folks around him that really think like him.
Yeah. You have to really examine Congress, or you in the U.S. Senate or the U.S. House, and you can't never say, Didi, you're going too far.
One person got to say it.
Me and you can't be friends if I can't tell you you're going too far.
Come on, man.
I respect you to the utmost.
Right.
You could walk to me and say, well, Mr. Bennett, I just don't agree with that.
Right. But people scared to say that because of the retaliation, Mr. B.
The retaliation is real.
Or I got something to gain out of this while I'm going to support you in all your foolishness.
Understood.
That's what the backdrop is.
Such as his homeboy who just dropped out of the House, right? Mm-hmm. To be the president over at South Florida College.
With no experience.
No experience.
And they raised HELL when we wanted Sarita Beeman to be the superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools because they said she had no teaching what?
Experience.
This man ain't taught driver's ed and finna be the president of a college. Ain't never taught driver's ed and gonna be the president of a what?
College.
A college. Yep. And gonna make over $300,000 a year and ain't nobody saying nothing.
If we don't say it, but every Monday we're gonna say it. You still sit back and think your vote don't matter? You still think that all these issues ain't in your four walls at your house? You still think this ain't on your street? Come on, man.
Yeah.
They used to do this, like we said before. Mm. A lot of this stuff used to happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And by the time we see it, it's too late. Ain't no use us talking about it. It's done.
Yeah. I like talking about these things.
Now he's doing it right in our face. This is what's coming. They tell us this is what's coming. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is what they voted on. Mm-hmm. Here's the outcome. Mm-hmm. He's going to sign. Ain't no tricks no more.
Yeah. No.
They're doing it right in our face.
Right in your face. And then we had the House and the Senate sign a bill saying that you don't have to resign from governor to run for president. The parachute we talked about last week. But now think about this. Val Dillons had to do what for Congress when she ran for Senate?
She had to resign.
She had to what?
She had to resign.
So it was no parachute for her?
No.
If you lose to Marco Rubio, you can come back and be a congresswoman?
Come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
No parachute for her.
No parachute for her.
But now he gets a parachute.
He get a safety valve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't make it, you still a governor of the third largest state.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose to Trump, you get to come right back and keep making these crazy laws.
But Val Demings had to resign to run against Rubio.
Yeah.
We can't see that though.
We can't see that.
I'm still yet to see why we seem like we every week, bro.
Because he won't stop.
It seems like every week we the only one fussing about this. Why is there not more? I don't see no other podcast. I see some other podcasts started when we started,
right?
And they lasted about 6 months. None of them lasted a year. None of them is definitely not going right now like we are. Why is it not more podcasts or more platforms where folks are just saying this ain't right? We're outraged
because they say it don't affect them. It's not their issue. It's too far to reach to even affect them. But we talk about the president.
Right.
We talk about the state of Florida.
We talk about Florida.
Right.
Where we live. This affects us.
Yeah. When they say Florida colleges, that's Florida A&M.
That's Florida A&M.
That's a state college.
Bethune-Cookman.
Bethune-Cookman is a private institution, but FAMU is a state college.
Yeah, right.
Florida State Seminoles is a state college. The Gators is a state college. Right. UCL. How many guys we got from Seminole High School over at UCL?
Yeah.
The Henderson twins.
Yeah.
Cam brother.
There's a lot of them.
But then you tell them they can't have inclusion and diversity in school.
Right. And you ain't from here. You're an immigrant. You ain't from here. You can't go down. You can't get state fees or state money to go to college to better yourself.
Right.
Well, no, I ship you off first of all. You got senior citizens can't pay for medical bills, and you find money to ship people to the most richest part of the country, Martha's Vineyard. When they get there, they can't do nothing but go to jail.
Can't do nothing.
But go to jail, or some rich person illegally hire them and put them in their house to clean and cook.
It had to be a reason why he sent them there, because he had to be mad at somebody.
Mad at the Democrats.
I'm gonna drop them on y'all doorstep. On y'all most richest, whitest
blue
doorstep.
I'm gonna do anything to separate the power cartel from this. So therefore you'll never get as close as you think you would to be able to run. See when Gillum scared the shit out, when Gillum scared the mess out of him, that was too close.
That was too close.
So let me separate this.
Yeah.
By doing all this foolishness,
to
try to separate the power cartel so that for no other man that look like me can get that close ever again.
Yeah.
Mr. Bennett, you heard D say shit. He said one, so I'm due for one.
I didn't hear him.
That's usually the rule. If somebody else curse, I can curse, bro. At least gotta get one.
I almost said it.
Oh, okay.
I was telling myself, shh.
All right, you might get the current. You might get the current in business. Somebody else.
Well, we got somebody in town that has to make us say something.
I feel one bubbling. One bubbling.
They'll make you say something. And before we get going on other things, we got to talk about this now. We got to talk about John Moran.
Oh my Lord!
In March, you caught with a gun. You got with Jalen Rose. Y'all did a super interview. You said, I'm contrite, I'll never do it again, I just lost my temper, da-da-da-da. I realize I'm a role model for kids. This in March. In May, what happened? What happens in May, man?
Yo,
you in the car riding around with your homeboy.
Come on, man.
Bopping to music and waving the gun at the same time. And
you know,
when the camera hits you.
And think about it. Did you see it?
No.
Who had to be shooting the video?
His homeboy.
Tell TV Land who's shooting the video.
His homeboy. That's all reason to get
But we gonna ride and die together. You the one took sent the video to TMZ.
Bro, he lost $42 million. They would say he lost an estimate like $42 million for getting in trouble.
The first time.
I thought when they started talking, I'm like, is this the same one? No. Nobody goes and do that. A second time, you just lost $42 million.
A month later.
Come on, man.
You got suspended 9 games. You told the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, you'll never see me again. When you see me again, you'll be giving me a championship trophy or MVP trophy.
Let me tell you.
A month later.
We've been talking about this. Money don't buy class. And if you think for 1 second, you're only fooling yourself. When you got a mental health issue,
that's it.
You're only suppressing. And if you don't get it treated, I don't care how much money you got. You don't go sit down on somebody's couch and then get some medication in you and somebody around you can say, bro, stop that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to come out like an air.
Yeah.
Your homeboy is videoing you.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of jokers in prison.
Yeah.
Their homeboy told it.
So
you video it. A whole wrong that you done signed a whole agreement saying 2 things you can't do in sports. That's what people probably don't understand. Two things you cannot do in professional sports. Bet on sports, carry a gun. It don't get no dang on easier than that. See, y'all heard that? You heard I heard that? That damn was coming. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Herb and top student and young man, what he have to do? He have to realize he went to Alcorn 1 year. And the NBA got him the next year. And he was the second pick in that draft. Put yourself in this position. Find out any classmate that was at Alcorn with you makes $50 million a year. Did 1 year college and make $50 million a year. That's what he makes. $50 million a year. And he did 1 year at Alcorn State. If you lose this job for the NBA, where are you going to go and get hired for $50 million a year with 1 year college under your belt?
He think I got money, so I ain't going to need a job.
They print money out, man.
I just live off of this. I'm going to live like this. And at what point, how are we still as young black men in America? How are we still with this same slogan? We done seen this for years. I'm just keeping it real. You leave off of TV, you say you're a role model, but then when the cameras go off and you go home, you got all this money and all this success and fame, but we still got to find a sense of keeping it real, doing foolishness.
Foolishness.
You know, how did you even speak up for this?
You can't. You can't.
Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong, and if he was a white player, we'll have a fit.
We'll have a fit.
Why he still in the NBA? If it was a black player, y'all wouldn't let him get away with that. We wouldn't say that.
Yep.
That's what we would say.
Yep.
We would say that. And the NBA is not a public entity. It's a private organization. They draft and they sign people who they want to play for them. So if they say no guns and no dope and no gambling, guess what it is? No guns, no dope, and no gambling. That's a private entity. It's not a public entity. You can't go just say I'm working for the NBA. Right. Draft it or sign it. In other words, you got to buy a seat to see us sign. And they got to realize that this is a lifetime of opportunity. You will never see this again. You got a construction company who you pay $50 million a year.
You hire a team. You hire a team to stay around that person and to nurse that person to make sure that if this became my job, I'm your personal assistant, I'm going to call it right and wrong. Let me tell you, the reason I said it is, when we were doing concerts years ago, Ha Ha Dix came to a concert.
Okay.
It was a ratchet concert. He came in with about 4 or 5 guys. 2 of them was security. 1 of them was like a hype man. The other one was a driver. And the other one paid the tab at the end of the night. So everybody having a good time, that's all fine and dandy. The dude that paid the tab, he had not one drink. He was enjoying himself. I ain't never seen him with a drink or bottle in his hand. He was having a good time. When they got ready to leave, that joker pulled his laptop out, had his flashlight on, had that receipt in front of him, and he went line by line. It took him a whole hour. And he fussed about $250 that was stuck on that tab. The tab is $2,700. He fussed and said, this $250 right here, I don't know where that came from. You got to have, listen, man.
You do.
But you making that kind of money.
You do.
How do you go wrong?
Yeah.
And like you said, somebody in that group, somebody got to be the one to say, look, man, that's wrong. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't do that. Yeah. Well, before he got in trouble the first time, remember, his daddy was acting a fool on the floor.
Yeah.
So he had to have one of the Magic Johnson conversations. Pops, if you want to be watching your son at the neighborhood gym, keep acting like that.
Right.
Come on, this is professional level.
Yeah.
We don't do this.
We don't make that kind of money right here.
We don't make that.
We hold one another.
You sitting down, he's sitting down here.
Right.
He's sitting down here on the line.
Well,
courtside.
Got Nicholson.
They yell at his son, your son suck. He ready to go up in the stands and fight.
And they don't pay $5,000 for that seat.
You know what my son made? He's a $40 million, $50 million kid that suck playing basketball. Okay, I'll take that any day.
And Herb, you said the key, and don't get off the key. Mental illness is for real. We don't want to say nobody black got mental illness.
yes.
We don't want to say, we've been saying it for years.
We don't want to talk about
I
it.
ain't put my baby on no medicine. My kid ain't nothing wrong with him. He just need to be talked to. He need a mentor. What?
Mental illness.
It comes from reinforcement at home. And like I've been saying before, We all be mentoring kids. We go out to the schools. The school counselors got them for 8 hours. 8 to 5. When they leave there, that's where reality set in at. That's where you got the 7, 8-year-old, a 10-year-old sitting at home with a 5-year-old. He got to survive. Or you got the little teenager. He home. The parents doing the best they can. I get it, but he's next door to where the house you live next door with some gangsters. Boys ain't doing no good. So your 12-year-old gonna hang out till he know his dog till it's time for him to come in the house, or he think mama on her way home. That man, as long as we keep pacifying mental health, you don't want to talk about it.
Right.
You don't want to claim it in your house.
Right.
It'll rear its head eventually.
Yeah.
It'll rear its head.
Well, it done reared its head in the NBA, because that's all that is.
Well, speaking of mental health, we get back on that, and that's kind of like going to be one of our next talk shows. Is going to be on mental health.
We need to.
And how do you identify mental health, and how can a parent, identify and see that it's coming? You get what I'm saying? And that's things that need to be talked about.
It does.
Because sometimes you don't identify or see it until it's too late.
And you know something? And I'm not beating up John Morant. He's a super duper basketball player. I hope he gets his life together, but we got to be for real. It's something that is not fair to everybody else on the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know how you come to work, Herb. You don't pull a gun 2 or 3 times. I don't know if you come to the practice facility and shoot everybody.
Right.
I really don't want to play with you no more. I really don't, cause I don't know what you into now. You just love to show guns. You don't pull a gun on a child at your house. You went back to a neighborhood store with another gun. I really don't want to play with you. I don't know what you might do.
You know, D, you asked a question. You said, how do we identify? And I just happened to catch a show last night. Ed Reed, that's been a journalist for a long time, he was doing a show, and they were featuring these 2 families, and they were talking about mental health. And I shared this last night with my fiance, because we dealing with a mental health issue. And both parents were separate. But they said something profound that I caught out of the whole show that I watched. Both parents said that we were looking at our kid in the light or the sight of what we think our kid should be doing, or what we think our kid, how we see him. This is how I see him, how he should be. Not looking at the reality of my son don't comb his hair, ain't took a shower in 2 weeks, don't want to wear the right clothes, don't talk to us. They didn't want to accept the fact that just looking at their kid, that's not my child. My child really don't have a problem. It took them for this kid to almost commit suicide before they said, our child has a problem.
And you hit something key there when you said suicide. I was doing some research today. Take a guess on how many suicides we have in the United States a day. And most of them are by guns.
10.
A day.
10.
Herb?
I'm going to say 30.
Guess of the hour?
About 100.
63 a day. Just what you said. He'll grow out of it. It's a phase.
Yeah.
Not my child.
Yeah.
63 suicides a day, and most of them are with a gun. Mental illness is for real.
They mentioned and the numbers is spiking under the age of 10 of kids that are taking their lives for depression, anxiety. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We sending stuff to the moon, man. We can figure this out.
Like we talked about this 13-year-old last week that shot this police officer.
Yeah.
And with
13.
No fear.
How you get a gun?
With them 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds that he running.
That's right.
Urban was just talking about.
What you mean?
When the parents don't ask you where you been, and why you with them old guys, and why they knock on the door asking for you.
Yeah.
And you talking about how you get a gun? Anybody get a gun? And that's the easiest thing you can get now.
Yeah.
Well, parents need to hear that. Now tell parents that again.
Hold on. I just said something.
No, tell parents that again. They need to hear that.
We just said something profound. You can get a gun easier than you can get health insurance.
That's real.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Well, I know, man, we can go on and on, man. And it's getting, you know, good right now. I know we can go on and on, but we have came to that hour in our show to where we must end it. We must go to our current events and our Black in the Day and Black in the Spotlight. But before I turn it over to Mr. B, I just want to give Mr. Calico, the Surrealist himself, one last opportunity to just let the people know how important this Showtime and Sanford is to him, and you know, whatever else is that you want to leave our viewers with.
Man, listen, I want to thank you guys one more time for having me on the show. You know what I'm saying? I truly appreciate it. I want to let everybody know, you know, our season opener is Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come out. Showtime in Sanford. What it means to me is definitely, I would love for you guys to help me, you know, bring diversity to downtown Sanford. You know what I'm saying? That's really the game plan. So I really appreciate anybody's support at this point. Come check out the show. That's a form of support too. That's like the funnest way you can support local talent is to come on out, you know what I'm saying, and you know, support what we got going on out there. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Mr. Kerry Wiggins and his organization.
Put a handle on it,
Commissioner Kerry Wiggins, yeah. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor there, Emery Green and his organization. Who else we got? We got Henry, Help Henry dude, you know what I'm saying? The guy that was deported back to Haiti. He's supporting us with Film Henry. Janelle Woods, her organization. Who else am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody else. Derek Thomas, the Porsy Realty. Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors. And I just want to thank you guys again for having me on the show. I also want to check out my Surreal Talk Radio show, 91.5 FM, Surreal Talk Radio every Wednesday night. You know,
every Wednesday at what time?
Every Wednesday night at 11 p.m.
At 11 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's good stuff. All your sponsors you just named the top talents themselves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. At what they do. Yeah. That's what's up. So this is our main man, Mr. Calico Surrealist himself, who brings top talent to Sanford each and every third Thursday of the month, man. Check them out at the Women's Center. $15 for adults, $5 for children. And the showtime starts at what time, Calico?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Showtime start. I can for sure you this. My brother here he gonna make me correct myself. I won't be a participant in the show, but I'll be a participant in the audience and being a participant in saying, hey, I think that act get first place. So I'll be there this Thursday night, you know, supporting, man, and I look forward to it. But for now, I gotta turn it over to our main man, Mr. B.
Key lime pie.
Yes.
Thank you. On behalf of the Barbershop Conversation, myself, Pastor Malone, Altamont and Top Suit, we want to thank you again. We want to thank you again. And we want TV Land to know that you're Mr. Lawrence Gordon, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got a real name too, man. You got a government name.
My name.
You did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job. And TV Land, remember, to follow us on Facebook, to hit those likes, and please share. And you want to share the webpage because the webpage is the top webpage in the country.
Yes.
Anything that you want to know that's going on in Seminole County, in the state of Florida, and in the nation is on that webpage.
Yes.
So don't make it personal. If you might say, well, I ain't following Mr. Bentley, you ain't following me. You share that webpage so everybody can see that good information. That's what you do. And we want to once again say thank you because we know you could be doing something else tonight, but you chose to be with us, the top podcast in the country. Now, today, we had a great day at Seminole High. The staff provided lunch for dads on duty, myself and Altamont and your brother Quinn. We showed up, and they showed out. They had some good grocery for us. We want to give a shout out to the principal, Miss Washington, also Miss Smith. We want to shout out to that front office staff, Miss Medlock, Miss Parker, Miss Walker, Miss Ruth, Miss York. Y'all have been fabulous to us all year long with dads on duty at the 9th grade center. Well, let's put a handle on the Elwood Blackshear 9th grade center at the Seminole High School campus. So once again, thank you. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, we got Goldsboro Front Porch. That's at historical Goldsboro Boulevard, 1213, 6 o'clock p.m. And remember, with Goldsboro Front Porch, students between the ages of 16 and 19, we have summer internships. Please stop by and get an application or talk with Dr. Patrice Anderson. She's over the program. The internships are great. You're going to make some money, and you're going to learn how to be a professional, and you're going to also get a bank account and save some money. It's ages between 16 and 19, Goldsboro Front Porch, and it's called the YELDA program. We started that back with my good friend that's going to heaven, Mr. Vernon McQueen. Wednesday, Altamont, we got a date.
Yes, sir.
We got the comm committee. We'll be back at the Goldsboro Front Porch building on Historical Goldsboro Boulevard, 1213 Historic Goldsboro Boulevard at 11 a.m. The comm committee is a group of individuals from different communities. Let me put a handle on it. Positive individuals from communities in Seminole County. The Midway community is represented by Mr. Emery Green and Mr. Quentin Bird. The Goldsboro community is represented by Dr. Velma Williams. Altamont, our own Herb Simpson and Pastor Patterson. When we go to Oviedo, we get Miss Boston and we get Mr. Hill. And we go to Bookertown and we get Mr. Carlton Edge and Mr. Reginald Campbell. Positive people from positive areas in Seminole County coming together to make a difference. And the key is positive. That's Wednesday at 11. Thursday, back to Seminole High School, Dad's on duty. Altamont, you know, school almost over.
Yeah.
This is the last full week of school. Next week, parents, the last 3 days, they get out half days. So when they tell you they get out early, they telling the truth. They telling the truth. And Friday, also, we're going to surprise them again. We're going back out there.
Yes, sir.
We don't need the whole year. We're going to make sure there's no disruptions that last full day. We're going to wave them on them buses and tell them to have a good summer. And to come back the next week, we don't want to hear a word out. We don't want to hear a word out. Now, something else we want to talk about before we get to Black in the Day.
Something else happened on Thursday, Mr. B.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about it. Showtime.
Okay.
Sanford Showtime, 8 o'clock at the Women's Club. My friend, Mr. Lawrence Gordon. They'll be showing out at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to tell you the barbershop conversation is going to be the sharpest people in there. We're coming. We're going to be the shop. You got a prize for that?
I'm going to be making a prize.
Yeah, make a prize for that.
We had J Love roast. You know J Love, our host.
Okay.
Go get J Love.
Okay. We're going to be sharp, though.
All right.
We're going to be sharp.
Yeah.
You got your stuff ready, ain't you?
I stay ready.
Stay ready. Okay, okay. Now, that's Thursday at 8 o'clock. And if you don't know what a women's club is, it's a block from Dr. Sherman Dentistry. If you know what Dr. Sherman's Dentistry is, you go one block, which direction would that be?
North.
North. And you'll walk right into the women's club. So we don't want anybody saying they don't know what a women's club is. Unless it's barbershop conversation, you're going to say something tonight, too. When it's events downtown Sanford, that ain't for white people, that's for people. We got to get that out of our head. We got to get that out of our head. If for the event downtown, well, that's for the white people. No, it ain't. It's for the taxpayers. You a taxpayer? You a taxpayer? And you a taxpayer. So it's for everybody. So let's get away with that. Let's get
I
away.
haven't seen any signs down there that say whites only and colors.
Okay then. That's gone.
That's gone.
Okay, they're in the museum now.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So everybody can come downtown Sanford. Sanford Hair today. The barbershop conversation is trying to help people. They got the tax list in the paper today. Check this list and make sure if you've been giving somebody money to pay taxes for your family members, they've been paying them. They're going to start selling the tax deeds in June. The tax collector put it in the paper. They want to fight fair. They want to let you know you owe taxes. They don't want to just sell your property. So buy a Sanford Hair and find out if you're on this tax deed. Also with that Sanford Hair, pass it over your son. Chris Anderson, the supervisor of the election, he put this in Sunday's paper. It's some people that are registered to vote, Altamont, the top student, and they can't vote. I don't know what the glitch was, but we don't want anybody to get what? Arrested. So Chris Anderson is telling Kenneth Bentley, if your name on this list, you need to come down here and we'll let you know whether you can or cannot vote. Because if you go vote, DeSantis is going to do what?
Put the cuffs on.
Going to put the cuffs on you. So Chris Anderson has put the names as public. I know some of the people, but I'm not calling your name. You need to get a Sanford Hair, and when I personally see you, I'll say, Junebug, your name on the list. Don't go down there to vote. They're going to arrest you. But it's a good thing Chris put it in the paper.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So make sure you start buying that Sanford Hair. Now we're going to, Bokeh Riders. The scholarships are due this Friday. So make sure you do the Bokeh Riders application. Also, Prayers go out to bereavement families, Stalwart, Littles, Perkins, and Grambling. We're praying for you. Also the Wells family, the Gaynor family. It's been a lot of deaths, top student. Yep. A lot of deaths in the city of Sanford. Anybody that's going through bereavement, the Barbershop Conversation is praying for you and along with you. We're going to get to Black in the Day and Black in the Spotlight. And Black in the Spotlight started in Harlem, Altamont. It started in 1925. And in Harlem, a young man was born. And when he was born, top student and special guest, his father was a showman. He would go out to different clubs and he would do different acts and stuff. So at the age of 3, he took his son on a tour with him. But now you got to remember, if he was born in 1925, when he was 3, it was 1928. So it was colored and white. Or either it was Negro and white. And this young man was named after his father. His father's name was Sammy Davis Jr. Sr., so of course his name would be Sammy Davis Jr. And with Sammy Davis Jr. at 3 years old, his father would dress him up in blackface and put him on the stage at different white clubs and do different skits with him. Now, blackface is very offensive to us now. If anybody comes anywhere with blackface now, we're going to beat them up.
Yeah.
But in 1928, that was it.
Right.
They were doing it. That was a livelihood. That's the way they were paying the bills, and that's the way they were eating. So in 1928, people were saying, well, how old is your son? Sammy Davis Sr. said, he's just a dwarf. Another person said, well, how old is your son? I said, he old enough, he's just a midget. Because, Sammy Davis Jr. was so little. So they went on, and he took them to different clubs. And back then, they were called to act like a vaudeville act. So he was on vaudeville. But now remember, with it being the 20s and the 30s, they couldn't stay in hotels and motels. They had to find a colored rooming house. Either a colored or a Negro rooming house, even in Harlem. So he did that for years. And then Sammy Davis Jr. turned 17, top student. He said, I'm tired of doing this. His dad said, well, what you going to do different? I said, this is a living. He said, yeah, but we got to wear this blackface and people throwing nickels and quarters at us and they calling us all kind of names and we can't never stay with white people. We have to always go in the back door to get something to eat. He said, well, maybe if you join the Army, you get treated a little better. So he went to the Army at age 17. And when Sammy Davis Jr. went to the Army, Mr. Gordon, he was 5'6" and wore 120 pounds. So he was a little man. And we talking about racism at the height. Those white soldiers would beat him every day. They beat him, they picked at him, they slapped him upside the head because he was just so little and plus he was black. So one day, a white sergeant by the name of Sergeant Williams walked over to him. He said, you got to stop this. He said, I don't know how to stop it. They're bigger than me. They pick at me because I can't read and write. He said, what you mean you can't read and write? He said, I've never been to school. He said, what did you just say? He said, I'm 17 years old and I've never been to school. My dad had me on these different plays my whole life. I've never been to school. I don't know how to read and write. So this white sergeant, Sergeant Williams, got him and taught him how to read and write. And he also taught him how to defend himself. He said, I'm not going to watch these kids these other soldiers just keep hitting on you and beating you. So he taught him how to fight. He said, well, now you don't have a big stature. The best thing for you is to use your talent. He said, I noticed you can sing, you can dance, and you can act. And we do a lot of shows for the soldiers. We're going to put you up as a headliner. So they'll start liking you and they'll quit beating you up all the time. He said, well, please do that for me because I just can't beat these guys. So Sergeant Williams took care of Sammy Davis Jr. while he was in the Army. But he got out of the Army the first chance he had. And he got back with a group that was still doing the blackface. And they went to Detroit, Michigan, and it was 1941. And he saw this white guy standing out there in the audience just laughing. He was having a good time. And after the show was over, they went in the back dressing room, and he could see the white guy coming through the dressing room. And he said, what's your name? He said, Sammy Davis Jr. He said, you can do more in life than just do blackface. He said, well, I've been to the Army, and that really didn't help, and he just picked on me, and I still couldn't get a job, so that's why I came back to doing blackface. He said, my name is Frank Sinatra. He said, I'm the headline here tonight. Y'all were just the opening act for me and my friends. He said, I'm going to give you a phone number, and I want you to stay in contact with me because I see a lot of talent in you. You ain't got to keep doing blackface. You can do other stuff like sing, dance, and act because I can just see it. He's just like, well, this man ain't going to do that for me. This is Frank Sinatra. So he left Detroit. He got a call. Somebody said, somebody want to talk to you. Well, how did they get my number? Said that you exchanged numbers with him a long time ago. He answered, he said, who's this? He said, Frank Sinatra. He said, you remember me? He said, not only did I remember you, I'm going to open doors for you. I see a ton of talent in you. So Sammy Davis Jr. got with Frank Sinatra. He went through racism, bigotry, and hate and Jim Crow laws. And when he got with Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. made 40 albums, 23 films, 7 Broadway plays, and countless concert and nightclub acts. He can't even count how many he did. Frank Sinatra, white man. Sergeant Williams in the Army, white man. So then he said, well, we're going to take you to Vegas. Vegas had just opened up. It was really just a desert and 1 or 2 nightclubs. But Frank Sinatra was the biggest hit in America. He said, but before we go to Vegas, Sammy, there's somebody I want you to meet. He said, who? He said, it's a guy named John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and he running for president of the United States. I said, want to meet me? He said, yeah. He's trying to get some help with the colored and the Negro vote. And I told him that me and you are friends and you'll help him out. He said, I'll do anything for you, Frank. So he met John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He wasn't the president yet. He said, well, I'll do singing engagements. I'll help raise money. I'll do whatever I can do to help you get elected president because Frank Sinatra has done so much for me. He said, I really appreciate it. He said, Frank talked very highly of you. So Sammy Davis Jr. is getting popular. A Swedish model came over. Her name was Maybritt. Gorgeous. She'd have been the Beyonce of her era. But the thing about it, she was Swedish, so she was white. We're talking about 1960. Yeah. Top student in 1960. We had 50 states, and 31 of them forbid interracial marriage. Sammy Davis Jr. fell in love with a woman, so he married. People told him, you can't marry Maybritt. He said, yes, I can. So they got married. John Fitzgerald Kennedy won the nomination, then he won the presidency. So they had to have the big president gala. Frank Sinatra was invited. So Sammy Davis Jr. was saying, well, do I go with you? He said, you can't take me. You can't take me. He said, man, it's just too many people mad about you marrying that white woman. He said, the singing, the acting, and the dancing, they could put up with that, but they just can't imagine that you actually have a white woman. And not a rumor you married. So we know it. So we can't take you to D.C. to the inaugural party. He was crushed. He said, but I done helped him get elected. He said, yeah, but you have to listen. We can't do that. 31 states is illegal. So he said, okay. And then Sammy Davis Jr. was having a lot of problems after that when he married Maybritt. So he said, I got to divorce Maybritt because ain't nothing going right for me. So he divorced Maybritt. And then once he got back with Sinatra again, they were known as the Rat Pack. Frank Sinatra, Peter Langford, Joey Bishop, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. But he's the only black in the group. But Sinatra just loved him. And like I said, he was a good actor, dancer, and singer. So he all in Vegas doing everything with them. He started going to Vegas in 1944, which was unheard of for somebody that was black and colored. So Sammy Davis Jr., he drinking good liquor, he's smoking big time cigars, and he riding these sports cars. He riding one night. Had a real bad wreck. And after the wreck, they thought he had killed himself, but he didn't. But he knocked out his left eye. So they gave him an artificial eye. So Sammy Davis Jr., most of his life had that artificial eye, but you never would have known it. Because of the singing, the dancing, and the acting, he could do anything. So then they got out to Vegas, and it was a problem. Frank Sinatra was welcome everywhere. Frank Sinatra would have been the godfather of Vegas back in the day. So he would bring Sammy to these different clubs and say, well, he can't stay here, but he can sing here. Frank Sinatra looked at him and said, he can't stay. The Rat Pack ain't staying. Right. So all us leaving. He opened up countless doors for him. At that time, the Sands and the Frontier were the big hotels in Vegas. Sammy Davis Jr. went on the stage with him. And you had people in the audience that were furious. But they knew if they told him to leave, Frank Sinatra and the rest of the Rat Pack was going to leave with him. Open the doors for people. Really, Sammy Davis Jr. integrated Vegas for colored and Negro because they couldn't go to Vegas. He fell in love with another woman. He loved women now, but he loved white women. Yeah, he got a movie star named Kim Novak. Them monsters said, we're going to kill you. if we see you anywhere else with Kim Novak, we're going to kill you. You got one eye, we're going to take the other eye. We're going to break your legs, break your arm, we're going to find you in the desert dead. Don't see Kim Novak anymore, so he stopped seeing Kim Novak. He had enough sense to go get Altavice Davis, who was black. And he called it a day with the women. But Sammy Davis Jr. went through bigotry, racism, and Jim Crow laws so he could do something for other people. And that was open up Las Vegas. Black in the Spotlight, Las Vegas residency. You can go out to Las Vegas now. You can go to MGM or the MGM Grand or Caesar's Palace or Mandalay Bay or the Bellagio, and you can see Usher, stays out there 3 and 4 months at a time. Lola Falana, Mike Wallace, Mike Epps, George Wallace, Kevin Epps, Kevin Hart, Janet Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, Dio, Mariah Carey. All those people have now what we call residency in Las Vegas. They're at those hotels for 3 months. But that started because of Black in the Day with Sammy Davis Jr. He went through HELLL so African Americans could later come to Vegas and be prosperous and could play anywhere, could live anywhere, and could eat anywhere. We quick to say that we went to Vegas and we saw so and so and so.
Right.
Sammy Davis Jr. opened the door. Yeah. He opened the door. So when we fly out of Midway, Florida on Allegiant to go to Vegas, we can holler at Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes, sir.
Back to you, host.
Well.
Hey, D, before we leave, I know it ain't just me, but I'm just speak for me. I'm trying to figure out how is he gonna connect somebody marrying white women and get ran out of town, getting threatened to live. I'm trying to figure out how you gonna connect that, Mr. Billy. And every week you do your thing, man. And here's another guest that can see, ain't no teleprompter in here. That come right off his head. I couldn't do that if I tried.
Yeah. I was looking over there like, when is he reading this?
I gotta send you more like you look at Urban like, is Urban opening up something? Well, that's our main man. That's our.
And D, you know the $5,000 reward.
Yeah.
I just want to do a public service announcement, Mr. Billy. You started with them names in the newspaper.
Uh-huh.
Now I say $5,000, and we always say if you see something, say something. I just don't want to let the people that's viewing. If I see your name in that paper.
So what they got to do, Urban?
They got to say, they need to say something.
What they get if they say something?
I'm going to get $5,000. I give you $2,500 if you don't go down there now.
So you say, if you see something,
say something.
Say something. So
I work a deal with you. Just this week, I work a deal with you.
Well. It's been a great time, man, a great show, and we're ready to the 8:30 hours.
Hey.
08:30. Well, military time was when? 20:30.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Get it right.
So 08:30.
That's kind of like one of those.
It's coming. Showtime 7. It's coming to a show near you. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's got to that part of our show where we got to end. We must go home, and I want to leave it like this because Mr. B, you teach us so much. Education is what survived when everything we have learned has been forgotten. Until next time, we love you.
Love you, TV land.
Rude.